Yo, welcome back to Dolphins United, the platform for Dolphins. You heard me, boy, we back. Got a video coming up for y'all right now. This is the preview of the Thursday night game against Daddy-O and the Bills. Y'all ready? Oh boy, here we go. Daddy-O is about home. All right, and we been bad. We ain't been good at all. And you know what I'm saying? When dad's been on the road for a couple of days for a business conference and you been bad, and mama said, hey, wait till your daddy come home. Woo! When you hear that car in the driveway, your behind start quivering. Oh, you know you getting ready for the whooping of your life. You been bad, disrespecting your moms. Just horrible. You know when dad come through the door tired as ever. He hear that news? Oh, he done got some energy now for your behind. Oh, you gonna get the whooping of your life. He ain't even waiting till the next day. All right, he gonna whoop you right then and there. Oh, that's Josh Allen tonight. Oh, Josh Allen just came home from a long trip. He ain't even trying to deal with you. But now he got to because you've been disrespectful. A whooping is on the way. And the Dolphins about to get whooped on national television tonight. All whooping gonna come on national television. Oh, spoiler alert. I got us losing this one. You will see by how much later on. But let's talk about it, right? Because we sorry. Right? The Dolphins, we trash. Okay? But, you know, we got a puncher's chance. I don't believe we're going to win, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to lose because I don't believe we're going to win, right? We've got a puncher's chance. Okay? And let's talk about this a little bit. Let's start with injuries. Injury-wise, Dolphins got out, all right, out for the game. Storm Duck, Ilafanu, and Waller. They're out, okay? All three of those guys are out. Here are the key guys we need to pay attention to. It's the guys that are questionable for the game. One of them being Waddle, right? Waddle's questionable for the game. Benito Jones is questionable for the game. And Chop Robinson is questionable for the game. Benito Jones was out the last game. Not too worried about that. I am worried about Chop being out because of his knee. And I'm worried about Waddle being out because of his shoulder. If Waddle and Chop are out, there's no puncher's chance. But you have a puncher's chance if Chop and Waddle are able to play at 80 and above %. Now, we're getting some guys back as well. That also helps. Don't know how much Jalen Wright helps because he wasn't as good last year anyway, but he's back. So we'll take it. And then you have Ethan Bonner also coming back this week. He was out last week. He's also coming back. He's going to be able to contribute on defense at the corner spot, and we need it. Storm Duck is out. We need help there because, boy, have we not been good at the cornerback spot and at the safety spot, to be honest, okay? So hopefully he can come in. He can help, all right? Aaron Brewer. Aaron Brewer. He will be playing, and there was a question mark there earlier in the week, but turns out he's fine. And then Malik Washington is also fine. We need him for special teams and to play out the slot and to be good for us out the slot because I don't know what to. All right, that's our injuries. I'll talk about the Buffalo injuries in a second. But Tua, you all right, bro? Because you didn't have a bad game or nothing overall. And after watching the tape, well, not all the tape, but some of the tape, that first interception wasn't even on you. All right, that interception, we was like, oh, here we go again. That wasn't even on you. Now, thank God they called it back because of offsides, right? But that was not on Tua. You go watch it. It wasn't on Tua. Tua was expecting Tyreek to keep on the same path he was on, which would have been a completion, unless he dropped it. And the man moved. and let the DB undercut him. Like, he went upfield. He was coming across field and decided to go upfield at the last second while Tua was already in his throwing motion, and that's what ended up causing the interception. So that was not on Tua there. Now the second one, that was on Tua. All right. Now the one that actually counted, that was clearly on Tua. Tua missed Tyreek a couple times wide open for no reason. Then he also missed Julian Hill wide open for no reason. That would have been a first down. Tua, you got to play better. Now, last year, we went to Oxford. Tua was 25 for 28, 231, 2 touchdowns. He was really good in that game. But we need that or better this week. All right? And honestly, for us to have a puncher's chance, we got to put up a lot of points this week. We've got to take it back to it being Buffalo's first game against, it's going to be tough, against the Ravens rather than this last game that they played against the Jets. Because that's the butt whooping we don't need on national television. But if we can make it a game and put up points with them, which there's no reason why our offense isn't able to put up points, even if they're going to take away the middle, then we can give it a puncher's chance. It's a puncher's chance, all right? A puncher's chance usually means when they label you the puncher's chance, that means that you have no chance of winning this fight except for the fact that you are also in the ring with the person that you're fighting, right? That gives you a puncher's chance because you're in there, all right? You don't have a puncher's chance if you're ever in the ring. But you're supposed to lose. You're not a favorite. You're a big-time underdog, but you got a puncher's chance. All right, reminds me of Buster Douglas versus Mike Tyson. Nobody expected Buster Douglas to win that fight. He won that fight. He had a puncher's chance. All right, he had a puncher's chance. He came in there, surprised Mike Tyson, knocked him out. Okay, that's the puncher's chance that the Miami Dolphins have. I don't believe they'll win, but they have a puncher's chance. All right, now let's go to the Bills. All right. Bills got some key guys out. 2. Milano is out for this game, and they also missing Ed Oliver. Both of those guys have torched us in the past. Both of those guys are missing from this game. All right, they got some questionables that could possibly be out as well. They have Teron Johnson, cornerback. They have Cam Lewis, cornerback. And then they also have Shaq Thompson, linebacker. If those 3 end up missing the game, we have a better puncher's chance of winning. Doubt they all will, but those are 2 cornerbacks right there, all right, that could possibly be missing in action, and then a starting linebacker, all right? So, gives us a good chance here. If our guys are able to play and their guys are not that are questionable, then, hey, puncher's chance goes up a little bit, all right? And we give ourselves a good chance to possibly pull the upset of the year so far. All right. Let's talk about the teams. Talked about Dolphins offense a little bit. We got to make plays. Let's talk about the Bills. The Bills are no longer a one-trick pony, right? It used to be where you just had to stop Josh Allen and then maybe you have a chance of winning the game. Now they have a beast of a running back who has come into his own, who just got paid. Cook is going to be a problem in this game. We've bottled up the run, explosive plays-wise, for the most part this season, but we are letting up over 100 yards a game. It's not coming at a large clip per carry, but teams are running on us because they're up by points, usually, enough to where they don't have to rely just on the pass, right? Now, this last game, they had to rely on the pass and the run a little bit because, we kept up, but they were able to win the game, all right? Patriots was able to win the game. Colts, they didn't have to pass too much because they was able to run towards the end of the game because they didn't need to pass. We are letting up over, once again, 100 yards a game. And Cook is going to be a problem for us, okay? He's going to be a deciding factor in this game alongside Josh Allen, right? And that's why I say not the deciding factor, because the deciding factor is definitely going to be Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen, as we've heard, broke his nose last week. He's going to supposedly be wearing a visor to protect his nose. Break his nose again. Now, I'm not saying go in there and punch the man in the nose. I'm saying you got to put hands on that man. All right. You got to touch him. All right. Because the reason his nose got broke is because a defensive end was able to touch him. A defensive linebacker was able to touch him. Right. They put hands on him. They were able to get him to the ground. And that's a problem that the Dolphins have sometimes, is getting Josh Allen to the ground. Big dude now, 6'5", 240. Runs a doggone 4.8. They say he run a 4.8. He run a little faster than that. All right, and now I know he ran a 4.8 at the combine, but he don't look like he's running a 4.8 when he's running away from everybody. Is what I'm saying. We got to get him on the ground. All right, we got to get him on the ground. And if we get him on the ground and he happens to break his nose again, and he had to come out for the game, then that's good. All right, now I'm not wishing injury on the man, but I'm just saying he got a broken nose. So he already putting himself in harm's way by putting himself out there on the field. Touch him up. All right. Get to the quarterback, knock him down, and let's see what happens. All right. Let's see what happens. This is the type of game that it's going to have to be. We're going to have to play a little bit harder than we've been playing. We soft right now. All right. So if we want to be hard, pause, by the way, then we got to play a lot tougher than we've been playing. We got to be. All right, we got to be way tougher. We got to start fights in this game. All right, it's got to be a muck 'em up type game. It's going to have to be a squabble up type game. All right, that's the type of game we got to come in, and the type of energy we got to have for this game, saying y'all ain't finna whoop us on national television at y'all house. You ain't finna do that. So for this game, we going to be a little dirty. All right, y'all, they usually the ones being dirty with us. We got to reverse that this week. We got to be a little bit dirty. Just on the line, over the line a little bit, right? We knocking cats out of bounds. We not trying to, once again, kill ourselves with penalties now, but the Christian Wilkins type stuff. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that goes unnoticed, that everybody else notices but the referees. That type of stuff. We got to get in there behind a little bit. Pause, once again, all right? That sounds horrible. But we got to be the aggressor, all right? Let's say it that way. Wow. Yo. But anyway, all right, moving forward, we got to do that to give ourselves a chance to win this game at all, okay? Because it really ain't looking good. The Dolphins are one of the worst teams in every statistic, according to PFF, right? In the league. 28th or worse in every key statistic in the league, including special teams. That's how trash the Miami Dolphins are. Buffalo Bills, they are 2-0. They're looking to be 3-0 on a bye week. How are they able to have a bye week on a week they're actually playing? It's because they're playing the Dolphins. All right? This is a bye week, essentially. They have a second bye week, essentially, for the year because they're playing the Miami Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. Think about that for a second. Think about it. All right? Daddy-O's coming home. The chickens are coming to roost. They about to whoop our behinds, and they on a bye week, basically, because this game should be over by the end of the first quarter. It might be over by the end of the first drive, right? Because think about it, right? This is a Dolphin scenario that I'm about to give, and I'm sorry if it actually happens. That means I jinxed us. Let's say they win the kick, the coin toss. They say they want to be on defense first, right? Then we get the ball first. We throw a pick six. They kick the ball back to us, 3 and out. We kick the ball to them. They go down and score 14-0. They had one possession on offense. The game is 14-0. Game's over. They won. First quarter. You can sit all your guys. They ain't gonna do it. You can sit all your guys down and say, "Hey, y'all done for the game. We'll put the backups in, and then." Y'all got a nice little bye week this week because this game is already over 14-0. That's a So Dolphins. That is a So Dolphins scenario. All right, let's hope that doesn't happen tonight. But if it did, they're on a bye week. They're on a bye week. Think about that. All right, anyway. Here's how the Dolphins can actually win this game on the puncher's chance. Got to be able to put up a lot of points. Got to stop and bottle up the run game. Don't know how we're going to do it, but we got to be able to do it. And then we got to be a lot tougher than them. That means firing off the ball on defense, on offense, firing off the ball, creating a surge. That means tackling well. That means, in football terms, abusing Josh Allen, hitting him early and often, and bringing him all the way to the ground, right? That means that on top of that, that we are not allowing them to get to Tua as well, right? That also means that we're running the football effectively early and often. We need to have 30 carries tonight in this game. All right, 30 carries across all running backs. If we have 30 carries in this game, that means we was able to run the football tonight. And that'll be great. 30 carries. All right. I want to see 30 carries in the stat line because we can run the football. We just don't run the football. We have the fourth or third best yards per carry average, and we're near the end of the league in attempts and total yards. We can run the football. We don't run the football. So we need to run the football a lot more today. Why? You know why? It keeps the ball out of Tua's hands. If Tua don't have the ball in his hands, guess what? He can't throw no picks, can he? Now, some of y'all be like, oh, Mike McDaniel's not good. Mike McDaniel said it himself. Well, sometimes if I don't put the ball into his hand, I don't have to worry about an interception. So I put it on me as well that he's throwing picks because I didn't have to put the ball in his hand on that play. He said it himself after the Colts game. So because he said that, take the ball out of Tua's hands. Why don't you? That'd be a great idea. Take the ball out the man's hands. All right, I'm not sure what's going on with Tua. I would have said he's cooked, right? But he ain't too cooked because he actually had a decent second, third quarter yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, the last game. So he ain't cooked, but take the ball out of his hands. Make him earn the ball back by making strong plays. All right, we got to hit the plays that are there, and we got to make plays that aren't as well. And Tua's not good at none of that. All right, here's my prediction for this game. We do have a puncher's chance. I don't believe we're going to win. And by the way, I'm waiting. All right. I think his name is Terry Holmes, I believe it is. Give me a second. Let me make sure I find this man's name. All right. It's important that I do that. Yes. Terry Holmes, 1609. All right. He don't want to do it. Okay. All right. Because hey, bro. You know what I'm saying? I try to bet you because he said he guarantees, count on it, that the Dolphins are going to win. I say, all right. I'm saying the Dolphins are going to lose. Let's do a little friendly wager. All right. Popeyes just came out with the Hot Ones last dab sauce and these wings and all that. Let's take that Hot One sauce that is over 2 million Scoville units. It's hot. All right, it's made with pepper X. That's the pepper after the Carolina Reaper. Let's take the wing of your choice, douse that wing with that sauce. We gonna come on live, and if I lose, I do it live. And if you lose, you do it live on my channel for public embarrassment, right? Friendly little wager, little heat, 2 minutes for the afterburn, and then you can have some milk or a smoothie or a shake or whatever. My man said, "Nah, I'm good." So you ain't trusting your team, brother. All right, because you the one told me Dolphins finna win. Trust your team. You know what I'm saying? Have the courage of your conviction. All right. Anyway. All right, but you my guy though, because we go back and forth a lot on here. So you my guy. I'm just playfully calling you out. But you just said that you good. Nah, I'm good. All right, I bet. All right, anyway, Dolphins are gonna lose this game 45-10. 45-10. 45-10. All right, Dolphins just going to lose 45-10, and we're going to get a public embarrassment. Daddy's going to whoop us for being bad the last couple weeks while he been away on conference, and that's it. That's how it's going to go. I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Y'all already know what it is. Fins up till we die. Even though we gonna get murdered on live TV, it is what it is. Love y'all. I'm out.